the other one. Yeah. Yeah, because that's where you
Oh, the ear thing.
yeah, and this would be behind you. Looks good. Yeah, looks good. Well, let's move it to the behind you. Can you duck your head in there? Just my middle one, yeah. Now the light should come on here. Yeah, it's on.
Done. Doesn't make much of a click.
There, you are
So
set.
now I know.
We're audible?
Gerardo.
You're on there too? Okay, so,
Okay. Has Cliff got the paper for me?
okay, now just press this down. Just press it down. When you go back to forward, it gives me 30 seconds. Sitting in the chair. Okay, so that's it. So you got the cursor. Like he's on a different channel altogether. I think it's working now. It's on. It's on now.
Yeah, there you go. So,
It goes on like that.
Oh, like
Oh,
this.
behind your hair goes over top this part here. So yeah, you can put it like that. Go try it. See what happens. Something like this will show up. Oh, like this with it in the back.
Oh, okay.
But your hair was up. Is it?
This way.
Oh, this way.
Oh, like this. Is that right?
That's right. Yeah, you're good.
Okay, and then, oh, you can hear me.
Judith, can you mute her?
How do you turn it off? No?
Say something.
Hello, hello, hello. Hello. I got one. I've got it. Yeah, mine's pink. You can't see.
That's the official clock, eh? Can you hear that? Okay.
That's on, yeah.
Test, test. We're on? Ready to roll? We're rolling. Good morning, everyone. Please stand and join us as we sing our opening song, My Soul is Welcome Here. Better turn it off for my singing.
I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, yeah. All right. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just what I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just what I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. 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 My soul.
Light came on. You all heard that, right? Okay. Good morning and welcome everyone to Unity of New Westminster. My name is Ronnie, and I am delighted that you are here with us today. If you are joining us online, welcome. We would love to stay connected with you, so please subscribe to our YouTube channel and go to our website and subscribe to our email newsletter if you'd like to be informed about upcoming services. And For those who are here in person, a very warm welcome to you as well. Of course. If there's any newcomers, if you are new, welcome, welcome, welcome. You'll find information about Unity in your welcome packet, and we hope you enjoy our service today. And if you'd like to be added to our weekly email list, please place your information in the offering basket later. The Unity movement offers ideas for full and abundant living. We draw on the teachings of Jesus, who we consider our primary way shower and example, and we honor that there is universal wisdom in faith traditions of all over the planet. We respect every person's right to choose their own life path, their own spiritual path. All are welcome here, all are worthy here, and all are celebrated here. Let's begin our service with affirmative prayer. We begin by acknowledging with gratitude that we are on the traditional and ancestral territory of the Kikite First Nation, and we give thanks for First Nations people everywhere for the custody of this beautiful land on which we live, we work, and we play. We are grateful to be together today in our community of joy, to sing together, to laugh together, to be inspired by ideas for wholehearted living, and to connect and love one another. Many names and paths lead to the one presence and the one power that we call God. That power is the creating, attracting, and unifying force of love energy which surrounds us, which lies within us, which expresses as us and through us, and in which we live and move and have our being. In this energy and as this energy, we are all one, and from this oneness, we send a blessing of unconditional love, peace, and abundant joy to all beings everywhere. We are so grateful, and so it is. Amen. And now my accomplice will read the daily word.
Thanks. Morning, everybody. Okay, the word for today is gratitude. Gratitude is my natural state of mind. What joy it is to feel gratitude rising from my heart and filling my mind. Feeling grateful makes me aware of all that encompassing presence of God, including the divine within me. When I live from my spiritual nature, gratitude becomes a song of my heart. I don't need to wait for a reason to feel grateful. When I live with an attitude of gratitude, I find the good in every situation, the blessing that can come from any adversity, and the presence of God in every aspect of life. Practicing gratitude opens my eyes to the blessings and the present and opens my heart to receive even more. I give thanks for the unlimited world, blissful peace, and perfect wholeness. Let us come into his presence with thanksgiving. Let us make a joyful noise to him with songs of praise. Psalms 95:2.
Thank you,
Thank
Diane.
you.
And now it's time for me to introduce someone we all know, and it's Lyle Dillingham here sitting in front of me. Lyle Dillingham has been a member of Unity of New Westminster for many, many, many years. He was here when I came here, and I've been here for a few years. And him and Cliff were one of the first couple of people I met when I came here, and it's a joy to know them. Lyle is Mohawk, Cree, and French from the Michel First Nation in Alberta. He grew up and was raised in two Métis settlements in Alberta, Pavine and East Prairie. He has worked as a child caseworker for the last 36 years. He first started learning about the medicine wheel in his early 20s. Wow, a long time ago. not. That didn't come out right. A couple of years ago, he has learned that the wheel has many layers and can be used to help heal and to grow. The Medicine Wheel Labyrinth project at Unity of New Westminster has been the first project of its kind based on different thoughts and ideas. Lyle was the designer of the project, and the Medicine Wheel Labyrinth is the very first labyrinth that we know of which is made of concrete and is actually wheelchair accessible. So I'll leave it up to you, Lyle.
Get ready, my soul. I'm driving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm driving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Everything I've ever done, everything I've ever seen, everything I've lost or won, everything I've ever dreamed has brought me here to the present moment, here to a new beginning here, and I'm seeing life so clearly now. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm driving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. 'Cause here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Get ready, my soul.
hope you can all hear me. Can you hear me right now? Okay. Nothing yet? Can you hear me now? No testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2. There, you heard me now? Turn it up yet? Yeah, okay, so there we go. Okay. Get ready. So actually, that's what we're doing today. We're actually going to get ready. And we're going to talk a little bit about this big wheel that we have outside of our building. I'm just going to see if I can change with the clicker with this. Nope. Oh, there we go. Okay, we're going to somewhat walk the wheel today. Because one thing that people are asking me, what is this wheel all about? The wheel itself is a symbol of healing. It's a medicine wheel is considered a very, very powerful symbol for healing. The four areas represent spiritual, emotional, physical, and mental aspects of the human life experience. By addressing these 4 areas, one can achieve holistic wellness through their life. So one thing we want to do is we want to understand what that means. How does this mean when we're talking about 4 different parts? If we look at the one as the whole, as a circle itself, and the fact that it's circular and going in one direction, and we go with the medicine wheel, we always go in a clockwise direction. It follows the path of the sun, as we say. The circle itself represents a whole. And without the parts and pieces for the whole, it doesn't become whole and doesn't function well as a wheel and cannot turn as well to make things go smoothly in one's life. So we're going to go over a little bit of what the different sections are so you're familiar with what they are. Oh, oops, there we go. And there we got the symbol of healing. Now, you can't read what's up there, but there are 10 different areas that are covered in this, and we'll go over all of those together. The 10 different areas, it will include the 4 peoples of the world. Now, a lot of people wonder, how can you see 4 peoples of the world? And I don't say nations, because for us as Indigenous people, we try to see people as they come to us, from how we see them and how we describe them. That's how we describe people. And so when we're talking about the first section, which is the white section, that is for the white-skinned people, considered the white-skinned people. And they have their own abilities and their own things that they bring to this circle that help us to become a better people, as do the black people. The black section as well, too, is considered for the black people as well, because they also bring different gifts and things to our world that make our lives better, as well as the yellow-skinned people, as well as the red-skinned people. Now, you might wonder about those, why we're saying yellow-skinned. Yellow-skinned covers a lot of Asia, mostly Asian people. So they also bring a lot of their culture to our world and make us who we are today. And with redskin, if you're wondering why we're saying redskin, we're referring to the indigenous people of North and South America. When the first European people first came in contact with the people on the beaches of the ocean, which is more central America, they noticed that the people's skin color was kind of a copperish red color. So they refer to us as redskins, and we've taken that on in a positive way. And we decided that we are the redskin people. So with all of these people in mind, if we were to remove one, just to take out one of these people, we'll say for the white-skinned people, if we take away those, we do not have a whole. We do not have the whole being of existence for all peoples of the world, and therefore we cannot really move forward in a pattern that's comfortable. We need every single person in this world to make it what it is. And so when we realize that that's what it is, that that's part of it, then we can move on and go to the circle itself and say, where do I fit in on this? And so far, you can find a place that you fit. You all find a place in this area. The 4 peoples of the world. And of course, the directions are also on there as well too. We have north, of course, in the white section. In the yellow section, we have the east. And in the red section, we have the south. And in the west section, we have the, in the black section, we have the west. Now, we need to know which directions we're coming in. There are actually 4 different directions, but in the wheel itself, for the purposes of this, there are only the 4 directions that we're talking about. Other than that, there is up, and there's down, and there's within. So there's 7 altogether, but in this case with the wheel, we're just going to talk about the 4, and the 4 directions. And in this case, with our community center, with our center, spiritual center being where it is, we're actually at an angle. So north is actually more this way, I believe, or this way. And south is more that way, yeah. So it's not exactly this way, the way that it's going. So we're setting up the wheel in a position that it's going to actually be north, south, east, and west. Okay, and then we have, of course, the 4 seasons. Winter, of course, in the white area. Spring, and we're going to follow the patterns that goes in, always clockwise. Well, actually, we'll start with spring first. Spring is the beginning of all things. Spring symbolizes a time of rebirth and renewal. It's a time when you need to bring into yourself some things that are new to you, that are going to enhance your experience in this world. And so you can have a change of life at this time where you're saying, no, this is no longer for me. I need to change. I need to find out what it is that I need to do to make myself happier in this life and go in the direction that I want. The yellow symbolizes summer and a time of youth, a time of learning about yourself, of trial and turbulence, of knowing where you're going to be going in this life and the directions that you're choosing to take. And from this point, there can be many directions that one takes. But it's so specific that at this point that you just try to make sure that you're doing it for what's good for you. The black symbolizes fall. It's a metaphor somewhat for maturity. It's for probably most of us in this room right now, because we're a little bit over that youth part. We're into the part of understanding life and life's purpose and where we're going and what we need to do to make sure that we've enhanced not just our lives, but everyone else's. So that's what that symbolizes. And then, of course, the white symbolizes winter, which is a symbol for death. So we have all 4 different areas. We have birth, we have youth, maturity, and death. And you know what? It continues. It goes around. It goes back to birth, to youth, to maturity, and to death. And it's a constant cycle that always flows. And we sometimes wonder why we have them in the wheel. And we'll talk about that a little later, why we have these positions in the wheel and why it's important that they're there. Next is the 4 elements of nature. And they're symbolized by fire in the yellow, earth in the red, and water in the black, and air in the north. Now, without any of these as well too, we can't have life on earth. We need water, we need air, we need fire, and we need earth. All of those things sustain us. Again, if we remove one of those things, then everything else suffers. We can't have life as we know it. So to have these elements in there is extremely important. The next thing that we talk about is the cycle of nature. There's a cyclical nature of life, sorry. It's an never-ending cycle of life, such as birth, death, and rebirth. In philosophy, it represents the emotional, which is I believe, in the east, yes, and the physical in the south, and intellectual in the west, and spiritual in the north. So these 4 things, if they are waning in one area, the others will wane as well too. The wheel itself cannot turn properly. If you're suffering emotionally, everything else will start to fall apart or will wobble in life. Your whole path through life will be a little bit more wobbly. You won't be able to move forward in a comfortable manner and learn things as you go along. So pay attention to those 4 areas in your life and see where you're at with them. If one is taking over more than the other, then look into the others to find out exactly what it is that you might need to work on. It could be something as simple as physical health, because sometimes physical health can actually enhance that of your emotional health and your intellectual health. So take care of yourself physically. Make sure that you get the right amount of exercise, the proper nutrients, and make sure that you're taking care of everything that is in this center that you live in, so that you can function and move forward in life. And again, we have these 4 different times of year. We use the wheel to try to remember different areas. Now, most of you will know that the spring equinox is June 21st. We are getting back into that as Indigenous people to celebrate that day and to make it more of an important significance, because it's the beginning and rebirth of everything that as we know it, as we know now. It's a time to rejuvenate yourself. So it's also a symbol of showing that we are all in harmony. And through that harmony, through the sun, through the earth, through the moon, and through the stars, we are all together one being. So it doesn't matter if we have another earth that's so many light years away that people are living on, we are all part and parcel of the same thing. Even though we are so small when it comes to the size of the universe, we actually all fit in together, everybody in every spot, every particular part of the universe. We are all one. We come from the same energy and life force. Call it whatever you want. It could be creator, could be God, could be whatever you think it is that makes you believe in that. It's also a symbol of balance and harmony. If I can move that slide. Oops. Okay, so basically, it's a symbol of unity. At times, the medicine wheels were used as an astronomical observatory, showing that everything in the universe is part of the whole. So that's what I just spoke about, the stars being one, the sun being another, the moon being another part of it, and the earth, and us being involved in it, and being a part of that earth as well, too. And some people are more familiar with the eagle, wolf, buffalo, and bear with the medicine wheel. And while the eagle in the yellow quadrant represents power and ability, the wolf in the black quadrant represents intelligence and freedom. The buffalo in the red quadrant represents emotional courage. I'm pressing the button. Wrong way. Uh-oh. How do I go back? Ah, there we go. Okay. The wolf in the black quadrant represents intelligence and freedom. The buffalo in the red quadrant represents emotional courage, while the bear in the white quadrant represents strength. Do I have it wrong there? Oh, is it moving again? Oh, okay. Oh, right, I did it wrong here. Yes, I got the colors wrong here. So basically, when you're looking at these animals, you try to identify exactly what the strength is that you need from it. So these are the areas that you would call on, and you'd say prayer, and you would ask those spirits to give you an enhanced enlightening so that you know exactly what it is that might be ailing you or might be something that you want to push aside that's causing you problems from where you're going in life. Oh, I turned again. Okay. And these are just, this example here is just an example of 4 different things that you can actually incorporate in the wheel yourself. You can look at it yourself and say, am I following the right path? Am I missing out on something? What are the areas of my life that are really stressful for me right now? Which are the parts that are actually not so stressful, but causing me some calmness and being able to be aware of my life and what's happening to it at the moment. So these are just, you could go on your health, your life purpose, your family, your relationships. It all depends on you whether you want to change those or not, whatever section you want to put in there. But you can actually add them in there to suit yourself. Okay. Now, the last part is that I'm going to talk to you about is the actual plants that go in the areas of the medicine wheel. And in the East, the first one is actually tobacco. Tobacco is actually something that has been used for a long time on this continent and was introduced to the world, and is actually the most abused herb that we have, because it wasn't meant to be used as a chain smoking device. Yeah, it was actually just for prayer, for meditation, and for sending your thoughts off to the universe and to the Creator. It's believed that when the people smoked through the pipe and they breathed in the smoke into their lungs, as they spoke and breathed out, their words would be transformed into the smoke and go up into the clouds to the Creator and the earth. So it is actually it's one of the most important of all of them. It actually leads most of them into the rest of the medicine wheel. Cedar is more of a West Coast plant, and basically it's used as a cleanser. They will take it and they'll rub over somebody's body, rub the leaves or the branches over somebody to cleanse and to purify, and to make someone feel a little bit more whole. And that's why we would use a cedar. You could also use it in smudging as well too. All of these different things could be used in smudging. Sage is not just used by indigenous people, but by peoples all over the world. So sage itself grows in many different forms, and the kind that we're trying to grow here is called big sagebrush. Now, the research that I've done shows that there is no sacred plant growing in the lower mainland, but sagebrush grows in the central interior and is used by the native people for smudging and for prayers, for the same reason. And sweetgrass is very much the same way, but found mostly on the prairies. And it's usually, there is a method and a form of how to cultivate it, how to harvest it, and how to braid it. And as we go along, as we go along with this medicine wheel, I will explain to you how you can braid them and how you braid the sweetgrass and how you use it. But that's not just the only ones that we're going to plant in there. There are 194 different plants that can fit into this medicine wheel. Now, if somebody said, I need to know what kind of plant I need to help with this ailment, or with prayer, or for whatever it means that you need, we would actually put it in our garden and grow it alongside everything else. And the garden is available for everyone to use. I mean, I wouldn't say everybody should go and hack off a whole red cedar just because they need the whole bush, but to take off a little bit at a time. That's what I'm saying. So it'd be there. So if there's any questions about this wheel, I'd like to open up the floor and ask if anybody would like any questions about it. Yes. Yes. The question that you're asking is, or the comment that you've made is that you've seen people give tobacco to people when they go to visit. Tobacco is an offering, and because it's so prized and precious, you can use it to do a pipe ceremony. So that's why it is given as a special gift. It's a way of showing respect to the persons that you're going to be given to. You don't only use tobacco to show respect for people, but to show respect for things on the earth itself. So say, for example, if I'm going to harvest something, we'll say plants for now. I might take a little bit of tobacco with me, and I will put it just down in the plant, and I will pray beside it and say, this is in honor of me taking what I need for the purposes of prayer And I thank you, Creator, for the blessings that you're about to give me. And you take it, you take your pieces. So you do that. The same thing with you had a problem with someone. If you have a problem with someone and you just want to resolve it, the first thing that Native people would do is they would take it and put it in a little bag, a little pouch, tie it up, and take it to the person and offer it to them as a form of a truce or a form of, let's get along, let's be more comfortable with each other. So yeah, tobacco is very important. And people had asked as well about sativa, because it does grow naturally here, and they did use it as well too, but it's not so much used as a form of smoking today. It's mostly tobacco that we use in our pipes. And so the pipes have to be blessed, and they have to be done in a certain way before you use them as well too. Oh yeah. Any other question you'd like to ask? Yes, Gladys. Oh. Okay. The question is, what is smudging? Gladys has asked. Smudging is a form of prayer where you would take these different elements or these different plants or a combination of them, and you'd burn them. And from that, you get a smoke that would arise from it. This is what we use for prayer. So you'll see people taking their hands and scooping up a whole bunch, and they'll maybe run it across their head. They're blessing their mind, blessing their eyes for what they see. They're blessing their mouths for what they're about to speak. They're blessing their ears so that they can hear. They're blessing their heart, their body, and their soul. And they may go around, somebody might go over the feather around them as they're doing this and blessing themselves. And it prepares yourself to be centered, to be able to complete things in a much more comfortable way, and to be able to just feel at ease. So it does center an awful lot, yes. So smudging is a very good question. Yes. And removing negative energy. Thank you. Yes. As our friend said over there. I'm sorry. What's your name? Brent. As Brent said, it's used as a cleansing as well too. For, say in your house, to remove negative energies and produce positive energy in the home. So a lot of people use it. Now, it's important to say that sage itself is not, like I said, not just indigenous. It's used all over the world. So many people have different ways of seeing it. This medicine wheel is not exactly the same everywhere all across North America. You'll sometimes see the black as a blue color. Sometimes you'll see the color switched around. This is the one that I've been familiar with since about 1986. And I've used it because of the colors of the unity of people. Because I find that, to me, that signifies an awful lot to me, that unity is really important. That we need to feel that we are all one together, that we need to look past the borders that we have in front of us and see that there's a uniqueness of God, of the Creator, in that person across from us. So that's why it's really important that we are all connected in that way. So when you're walking around this wheel, I guess I didn't mention that. Usually we enter the wheel on the east. And we will put some little paving stones or bricks on the sides so that people can walk around the sides. That doesn't mean that you have to start walking on the bricks. You can, as long as you start your whole prayer and your thoughts and your meditations while you're there in the east, and gradually go clockwise as you go around. There might be a scent that you'll pick up. Maybe the scent of the sweetgrass. Might be the scent of the sage that's growing. But whatever it is that comes there, keep that in mind. What does that mean? Why am I drawn to that? Research it. Find out why you're drawn to those scents, because then you'll know the meaning of what that means. It could simply mean that you need to have prayer in your life. More prayer. It could mean a lot of different things, but that will come to you as you walk. So you just walk in a clockwise pattern, going from east to south, and traveling those and understanding what is in those positions. What do they signify? Now, there will be that first slide that I had with all of the different things in it, so you'll know when you're standing out there what those sections mean. Why are you drawn to that area? Why am I drawn to the west today? Why am I drawn here? And it could be for different things. It could be just for the fact that you might have things in your youth that you still want to have worked on, that you haven't worked out with, maybe with family, with friends, who knows. But the whole point of the wheel itself is for you to find your own personal path to get to that place of peace. And it will be a place of peace. And in fact, we've included a bird bath, which will have a fountain sort of on top of it that will fill the bath up with water to allow birds. Birds are very important to the wheel as well, too. They bring life. They are messengers as well. Pay attention to the animals that you might see. A dragonfly might show up. What does that mean in your wheel while you're there? Because all of these things mean different things, as well as hummingbirds, as bees. What do they mean? Ask yourself these questions as you go around. And there will be a bench there to just sit and think. Have something to snack on, have a cup of coffee, a drink. But it's there for your use, for your peace, and some solitude if you need it. And for everyone. So I hope you all take the time to walk the path, to find out what it is and find out what it can give to you. Because it's there for all. It's not there just for me or for anybody else or just for our church. It's there for all. Okay. And with that, yeah.
Will there be an explanation once it's finished?
Mm-hmm.
Will there be an explanation for people who may walk by and say, oh, what is this?
Yeah.
And to show them that what I'm going to do.
Yeah, there'll be one set up. We're going to have a little, like we have with a poster board made up in colors to show exactly what the sections are, and then how to walk around it as well too, and just pay attention to your feelings and to the sights, the sounds, the smells, everything that's there, and to keep those in mind and to ask yourself when you go home, what do those mean? Find out, because there's all sorts of. I couldn't give you all the meanings to what a dragonfly means when it comes to you, but it is very important. It's a significant thing. Yes. It's usually a messenger of good news. Yeah. Yes, it's usually a messenger of good news that's coming your way very shortly. So that's what that's for. But there's meanings for everything. And you can actually simply do a search online and just say hummingbird meaning, and it will come up. Any other questions? Okay. Okay, well, that's everything then, and I'll leave it with that. And hi.
I think you're wonderful when somebody says that to me. I feel
Well, all are welcome to join our prayer service on Mondays from 10:30 to 11:15 a.m. on Zoom. Check the website or the email newsletter for the Zoom link. You guys good at Zoom? That sucks with me. I got to do this at work, you know. It's just like, Okay, here we are. Picture of the most wonderful quilt ever made. It's just gorgeous. And this next week is our last opportunity to buy a raffle ticket for this beautiful star blanket made by our friend Lyle, which is hanging in the Fellowship Hall. Have a look at it. This is the grand prize in our raffle. The other prizes are a barbecue and a set of golf clubs. Raffle tickets. Any golfers in the crowd? None, eh? Let's hope you win the barbecue or the blanket then, eh? Okay, so the tickets are $10 each, 3 for $25. Last day to buy is August 28th, and the draw will be September the 11th. Immediately after the service, you do not need to be present to win. It's good because I can't be here that day, so you'll have to, bring the blanket home for us. You can buy tickets here before or after Sunday services and on Wednesday and Fridays between 11 and 1 p.m. You can pay with cash, almost an unknown thing these days, check or credit card. Thank you to Lyle Dillingham for sharing his talents with this beautiful work of art. Yay! Cindy's Creative Cafe and Karaoke, 12:30 to 3:30 on the last Sunday of each month. Cindy's not here today? No. We participated in this and have done so since she began. It's a lot of fun, and my mate here has turned out to be quite a painter. She when she came here, she said, I don't know how to draw. So I was drawing things for her, and now, she just does it all and gets great compliments on her work. So it's fun. So come and paint and do karaoke and have fun. And it's a $10 fee if you paint, just to cover the paint brushes and the canvases and all the things that you need to make a painting. So that's good. Food pantry, open. If you've got it, give, and if you want it, take it, right? So bring your cans and your that are not dated June the 13th, 1998, right? Because they're a touch, off the scale there. So bring stuff that's current, right? And people will enjoy it. Some people actually look at that before they eat it. I'm not one of them, but I think I had some ravioli the other day. It was 2020, I think, but that's not only a couple of years. So, upcoming speakers. Next week we'll have the pleasure of seeing Wendy Yakbowski, and back in September the 4th, she's going to be here. I guess 2 services in a row, and she's a very interesting lady. So come in and join us for that. Okay, I've lost my place here. I'm on the wrong page, I guess. I don't know. I'll just follow this. Well, ways to give. You know all the ways you can give these days, right? You can even use cash. I think it's up there somewhere. So I think we're going to pass the basket around. I've lost my place here. Oh, there we go. We are grateful for your gifts which support our ministry. Many of us contribute with pre-authorized payments. So please feel free to pass the basket along. I am so pleased.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
Well, thanks for everyone that's here joining us today, and thanks for you online out there in cyberspace. And please subscribe and like our channel. Thank you, Lyle, for your very informative talk. It's just beautiful. It reminded me, there's a guy named Emmett Fox that, everybody knows Emmett Fox, right? And he wrote about the four horsemen of the apocalypse, and their colors were almost the same as our colors. There was black horse, which was and a white horse, and a roan or a red horse, and I think there was a pale horse, right? So all those horses were very similar. I was just zoning in on that. That was cool. All right. Join us for coffee after the service. Let's move into a circle now and sing our peace song and prayer for protection. Anne's got to read it, so she can't do that. There you go.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as Creator, family all we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now, with every step I take. Let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with
I am the light of God. I am the love of God. I am the power of God. I am the presence of God. Where